Hi guys! In this video you'll see how the actors of the TV series Only Fools and Horses 1981-2003 have changed. You'll know their real names and age. I will show you how they looked then and what's with them now. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go! Del Boy has an enterprising nature, is not used to idleness and tries to find ways to supplement his budget. He's not used to giving up and getting discouraged when things go wrong. It's important for him to find stability and meaning in life. Rodney Trotter, Nicholas Lyndhurst, is related by blood to Del Boy, whom he cares deeply for. He strives to find a better future, both in terms of career and personal life, but sometimes he shows inexperience in some things and can behave somewhat naively. Mickey Pierce, Patrick Murray, maintains a friendship with Rodney and Del, has a specific way of speaking thanks to slang and is characterized by an energetic but gambling nature, doesn't seek a serious relationship, and wants to keep his life fun and carefree. Raquel Turner was briefly romantically involved with Del Boy. She has a stoic nature and has had to deal with various difficulties more than once in her life, but she stubbornly continues to go ahead, has a creative streak. She was played by Tessa Peake Jones. Boise lives next door to Trotter. He is characterized by a display of ambitious, increased desire for wealth and not infrequently seeks to demonstrate his status. He appreciates his family, played by John Chalice, who passed away from cancer in 2021. Mike Fisher is friends with Rodney and Del and is the owner of the Nag's Head Pub. Has a generally pragmatic approach to life, but is shrewd and capable of running a business with confidence. Played by Kenneth MacDonald, who died in 2001 of a heart attack. Granddad is an authority on his family, not devoid of wisdom, but can also be somewhat naive. He is a good-natured person who demonstrates inner warmth and at times perseverance. Somewhat picky, played by Leonard Pierce, who died of a heart attack in 1984. Marlene is a bright girl who, not only with her appearance, but also with her manner of communication, knows how to attract the views of others. She likes to be mysterious and also often weaves intrigues. Differs in social activity, played by Sue Holderness. Trigger is simple-minded but not able to show resourcefulness and can sometimes express somewhat inappropriate and incomprehensible thoughts. Has a knack for being kind to others. Played by Roger Lloyd Pack, who died from pancreatic cancer in 2014. Uncle Albert is witty and loves to share his memories of relationships with women and his adventures at sea with others. Doesn't always know a sense of proportion and can often annoy others. Played by Buster Merrifield. Denzel, Paul Barber, is one of the friends of the Trotter brothers, is attentive to his family and family values, and has no problem finding common ground with people. He's empathetic and doesn't allow himself to be manipulated, always giving his personal opinion. Alan Perry is related to Rachel. It is common for him to approach any business with seriousness and is not used to taking hasty actions, as he appreciates caution and attentive attitude both to people and to life situations. The role is performed by Dennis Lill. Pamela Perry is legally married to Alan. She is characterized by a manifestation of poise and remains calm regardless of the situation. She is the epitome of decency, tact, and in general she always demonstrates good manners. She was played by Vanda Vantham. Roy Slater was previously in the same class as the Trotter brothers, but is hostile to them. He cannot be called a nice and good-natured guy, has a criminal past, and generally leads an immoral lifestyle. Can be quite insidious. Played by Jim Broadbent. Mr. Collins John D. Collins has a high social status, is quite educated, and not devoid of manners. He is a sensible person with a certain life experience who is able to give sensible advice. He has a good sense of humor and is sometimes condescending. June Snell, Diane Langton, maintains a warm relationship with Rodney. She is used to looking at life's difficulties with humor and generally prefers to think positively. It is distinguished by femininity and charming nature, and also has a good concentration. Nerys is quite acutely accustomed to reacting to any ongoing events, but most often not without humor. It is typical for her to manifest independence in the decisions makes, and she communicates quite actively and warmly with her friends, played by Andre Bernard. Vicar has a positive attitude to religion and holds to morality. He can serve as a spiritual advisor who can be trusted and has given some advice to the Trotter brothers, among others. Openly interacts with people. The role is performed by Trevor Etienne. Sid is a proprietor of a local small store where Trotter often visits. He is not known for his vulgar nature, which he conveys in his unobtrusive jokes, and is happy to help anyone with advice, who passed away from cancer in 2014. Comedian Jeff Stevenson is not without charm and knows how to bring lightness and variety to his performances and in general to his life. With his audience, he always strives to achieve the effect of involvement and evoke an emotional response in them. Tom Clark can never pass by when his acquaintances or friends face danger or conflict. He dislikes hostility and tries to give others oral advice. Likes to be philosophical at times. Played by John Barden, who died in 2014 after a period of ill health. Policemen may participate in investigations as required and is generally involved in the control of civil law and order, able to quickly and thoroughly assess the situation and respond as instructed to the presence of an offense. Played by Jeffrey Leslie. Carmen is a seductive girl not devoid of sensuality and who is not accustomed to easily open her soul to others. She is not a coward and can clearly say what she needs, what she really wants. Shows independence and purposefulness. She was played by Gina Bellman. Margaret Mackenzie is related to Rodney. She adheres to traditional views on life, and the family is especially important for her, for which she seeks to create comfort and coziness and give her sons support and surround them with care, played by Sandra Payne. Miles is well versed in the topic of business as well as finance. He has a competitive spirit and an energetic nature, and he also knows how to observe professional ethics. Miles is charismatic and confident in his actions and words, played by Robert Glanister. Lennox Gilby leads a not entirely honest life and can sometimes initiate a robbery. He is capable of various tricks and is adept at adjusting to unexpected changes. Can be convincing, and it's not devoid of charisma. The role is performed by Wes Blackwood. Nikki has a romantic nature and is not used to revealing her true intentions, thereby sometimes warming up interest in her person. She's not without character, can be unrestrained at times, but can also be emotionally vulnerable. Played by Joanne Good. Stu, David Thewlis, has maintained good friendships since early childhood Rodneys. He can sometimes behave somewhat eccentrically, and for each individual situation, he can show a completely different and not quite familiar reaction. Cassandra Trotter has a rather resilient character, able to show confidence and be accommodating, but only when it's to her advantage. She has a craving for knowledge and career achievement and is able to persevere her to her goal. Played by Gwyneth Strong. Sandra Potts was romantically involved with Rodney. She's a rather ordinary girl with her flaws, but is the kind of person who will never refuse support in times of difficulty. She has a friendly personality. The role is played by Carol Cleveland. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please share it on social networks, like it, and of course subscribe to the channel.